So we're back in the Czech Games Edition booth, and we're talking to Peter, and we're going to find out about all the other great Czech Games Edition games. We've got a lot of expansions for some great games that we've come to love over the years, and we've got some new ones, especially one that has got some serious buzz about it. So you want to start with the expansions, or just jump in with the new games?
Up to you.
Let's start with the new games. We're all excited about that. Okay. Let's start with, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Tzolk'in, the Mayan Calendar game. Even close?
To be honest, I don't know how it should be pronounced. We, as a Czech, say Tzolk'in.
Okay.
And this game, it's actually we saw it for the first time last year here on the show.
Okay.
Designer came to us and showed us the prototype. Mm-hmm. And when we saw the prototype, we said, this looks really interesting. And but we need to test it first, right, before we can make any decision. So he, at the end of the show, he gave us his prototype, and on the first occasion we had together, we tested it, and we said, wow, it's really good, but it needs to balance things, change a little things, but the basic idea is really great. And so we decided, okay, we will do this game, and now it is here. And because the core mechanics of the game is the rotating gears together, right, which is heavily inspired by the real Mayan Calendar, which also has gears.
Exactly.
We decided that when we will make this game, we have to make this gear really nice looking. So we invested a lot into,
and you can tell,
into molds for these gears, and to be honest, I'm really happy about the result.
It looks fabulous.
Yeah, it's even better than what we think that we will be able to do in reasonable money.
Exactly. I was going to ask you some about the manufacturing process. That has to just be great. I mean, it's such a departure from anything else that most board games have to deal with, because it's not just a simple plastic piece. It's interlocking pieces that have to mechanically work, because it's not just a gimmick. That's the main mechanic of the game. The worker placements that the gears carry them around. It's fabulous.
Yeah. Actually, for that, when designer showed us, he has prototypes he made by himself, cut it, all teeth and so on. So it was working, but not very well. And we decided, okay, we can go in a way that it will look more Mayanish, in a way that how teeth look like and so on. But it will not work as well as a game. So we decided, okay, we'd rather go with a design which is used for tools and other things, which will work as a gears. And we will try to make some graphics, some nice finishing, some nice picture on it.
Absolutely.
And actually, on that big wheel, we have 3D picture of the Mayan theme. And making this one was really hard, because when we came to our company, which is making for us all plastics for all our games, which is Czech company, by the way, not Chinese, Czech company.
Awesome.
And we show them, okay, we would like to have this picture in the molds and in our gears. They told us, oh, it's not possible. We would have to work on it for several months, and it will cost fortune to make this. So, okay, that's a problem. But they said, maybe you can use laser to engrave the picture in the mold, and then it would be possible for us to make it for you. And that could be cheaper, or in a reasonable price.
Right.
But as it turns, for this kind of production of plastic, for this kind of plastic, the mold is very sturdy. And even with laser, it would be very expensive, because it has a lot of laser power many times, again and again, to have even half a millimeter off. But when we asked several companies about this, one guy in one company asked us, why you are not following the acid? Because with acid you can make holes in this, and when you will make the pattern, they can change the mold with the acid. So okay, we tried to find, and we finally found one company which were able to make the change of the mold with acid.
Using acid, okay.
Yeah, in very reasonable price.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
then we brought this back to company which is making plastic for us.
Gotcha.
And they was amazed. They didn't know that something like this is possible.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool when you can design a game that actually makes people change the way they design and
Yeah,
build
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Now the end process is after all that, now that we know what went into it, what's the price of the game here at the fair?
€40.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
To be able to keep it at that price point after all that work.
I know that Heidelberger Spiel will have €40 recommended price for
Right.
Germany.
Okay, yeah, that's still amazing. That's
Yeah.
a great price.
Yeah.
So that's
And,
one of the.
but that was just production part of the game.
Yeah, I
Nothing
know.
more.
I know
And,
exactly.
but what I really like about this game is the game itself.
Exactly.
Because it's really innovative from my point of view, how you are placing there the workers, and you are doing actions when you are taking them back. But it's up to you if you will keep them longer on the wheels.
So to advance from wheel to wheel.
No, on one wheel to
Okay.
later positions, which
Okay.
are more valuable.
Okay, great.
They gave us the wheel, how it looked like, and with the engraving.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm just going to hold on to this while you explain some more of the game.
In this game, for me, it can be done without the wheels at all. It's possible to make this game without the wheels. It would be possible. But then, between each round, because between each round it moves, it will be really painful to move all of the pawns.
Fiddly record keeping.
Yes, exactly. So we decided that we have to stick with these wheels.
Yeah, you guys did a fabulous job, and it's like I don't think I've seen a more fabulously designed or heavy. I mean, it is a serious piece. I can't believe it's 30 or 40 euros for this game.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that sounds fabulous. Let's talk about maybe some of the games that you've had for several years now that you're augmenting with some expansions, some loved games. And I know of two. There's maybe more, but let's talk about those expansions.
Okay. So maybe we could start with Galaxy Tracker.
That's perfect.
As you probably know, we did big expansion quite time ago.
Absolutely.
But we found that we still like Galaxy Tracker.
Who doesn't?
And we would like to have more for it. Because we get used to what is in the base game and also in expansion.
Right.
And we love playing Galaxy Tracker. So we want more for it. And that was the base why we did another big expansion. And because we had that big expansion, we decided, okay, what would be great name for this expansion? Because we already had big expansion,
right?
So we did another big expansion.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And in this expansion, there are several completely new things to Galaxy Tracker World. One thing is that in the base game and first expansion, you are flying basically with building and flying 3 different ships. 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
In second expansion, you have also ship 4, which is each time a little bit different because it is combined from 2 pieces. And there are 5 different ones for the top and 5 different ones for the bottom.
Right.
So you have different design each time you are playing the game. And also on the other side of these 2 sides, you have ship 2B and 3B.
Ah, okay.
So new designs for second and third part of the flight.
Okay, that's awesome.
And they have completely new twist also, because 2B is a ship on the cylinder. So right side is connected, 2B please. So when you have this ship, you can imagine that this side is connected to here, like it will be bended. So you have to connections here and here should be connected and so on.
Oh, that's neat.
And the difference about this ship is also that you are not summing the number on dices, but they are written here in a way that every column has same probability.
Oh, okay.
Compared to regular ones where the only middle one has bigger probability and so on. And then we have 3B, which sounds pretty strange.
Yes.
Because before you are starting building your ship, you roll with 2 dice, and these 2 numbers are not available anymore. It's a MEBA design.
Okay.
So each time you are building it, it is different.
That's awesome.
It has different holes. So for example, if I will roll on one die 5, I cannot use
any of
these.
Those. That's cool.
Okay. So that's new ships.
Boy, that's going to change a lot.
Yes.
That's great.
It's really hard to think about it again, because you have to think about it new way again.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And but these are just ships. That's not enough for big expansion or another big
expansion. Exactly.
So we have completely new mechanics here. That in a game there are some boarding parties which will board your ship. Okay. They will go around and mess with your ship. There are some aliens which goes there and eat everything they can find. It means people, another aliens. They will eat also cargo and even batteries.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And the other thing is commandos. They load your ship also, and after a specific amount of steps, they will blow out the tile, and then go again and blow another one. So normal attacks just breaks your ship from the sides.
Right.
These can break your ship from inside.
From the inside.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys, just when you didn't think it could be any harder, you guys figured out a way to make it impossible.
Yeah, but on the other side, we made something which makes a little bit easier, maybe.
Something that can help us
out. Because in this expansion we added, we call them support teams, which somehow helps you mostly during the building of the ship. That, for example, sometimes, even if you have some broken connection on the ship, some wrong connected tiles, it will be okay. But just for 1 or 2 times per ship. If you have different support team, then it will allow you, for example, to peek in the 4th pile of cars in which you cannot peek normally, and things like that. That change things a little bit and make it more interesting.
It sounds like fans of the game are going to be very happy with this expansion.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's such a different game compared to something like Tzolk'in, because while this, is exciting for the gamers who really like to use their head, this is just fun, unadulterated fun.
Fun, but on the other side, using your head is a big advantage.
It is a huge advantage, absolutely. So
by the way, I have to apologize to gamers, because we promised this expansion for last year, but it appeared only this year. But in the return, we didn't just keep it in the box or in the closet, but we worked on it, and now it's much better than it was a year ago.
I'm sure everybody's glad that it came out. You guys are happy with it.
Yeah.
I think that's going to make us a lot more happy. It's worth the wait. Exactly. Well, that's
right. So that was expansion for Galaxy Tracker.
Absolutely.
But for Galaxy Tracker, we have this year also Anniversary Edition.
I see.
And that's a really huge box, because it contains first game, first expansion, and also the new one, another big expansion. All of them in one box.
That's awesome.
Yes. And we decided that we want to make it because our main idea was that it is too much things to fit it into one box of Galaxy Tracker, and we hate it. And we hated to take 2 boxes with us, and we decided, and it's all the time messy, the things in it, and so on. So we decided it will be much nicer to have one big box, just for us. We are quite selfish. Just for us to have this big box, and in it to have everything. And with nice plastic tray, so you can organize things to different places and so on. But we felt that in this big box that should be something a little bit more than just these 3 boxes in one. So we designed new cards, just 5 new cards, which helps differently skilled players to play together more competitively. On each of these cards, you can have some advantage or disadvantage. So when different skilled people can play together,
That's
one player can get card, and because he is not as good, he will get it as an advantage.
Okay.
And another player, because he is really good, he can use disadvantage. And maybe some other player who is in the middle, he will not get any of these cards.
Right, absolutely.
And so these cards are in the big box.
Okay, so not only good for players at different skill levels, but that's age levels. That helps.
Also, yeah.
That'll help that a lot too. And that's only available in the what do you technically call that big guy?
Anniversary edition.
Anniversary edition. Awesome.
Yeah. Because it's 5 years from when our company started, and also Galaxy Tracker was released.
Okay.
So it's also kind of celebration of that.
Great.
For us.
Okay.
Finally, we made one big box with plastic inserts. So.
Okay, cool. Now it seemed like you were getting ready to hint that those cards might be available later.
Yes, they will be.
Okay.
They will be available definitely through the BGG.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. That'd be a great place for people to get it.
Yeah, because on one side we wanted to edit something to this anniversary edition, but on the other side we know that there is a lot of people which have the basic game, the first expansion, and we don't want to force them to buy that anniversary edition to get just 5 cards.
Exactly.
But there is another thing, which is that anniversary edition, which is not game related, but it's comic book. It's quite short story from the Galaxy Tracker world, but and that one is really available just in this box.
And I assume that there's all the Czech games humor that normally comes in the rules probably in that comic. I'm looking forward to reading that.
And also, if you read the rules of the Galaxy Tracker, you can saw some glimpse to some humor coming from the different films, from the different series and so on. So here it's heavily also inspired by these.
Okay, great. That's fabulous.
Okay.
Wow, that just sounds like that is so much Galaxy Trucker.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We're glad you guys are making that. That's fabulous.
Yeah. And last one we have here is Dungeon Lords expansion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's called Festival Season because normally in a year you have 4 seasons.
Right.
But in this magical world in Dungeon Lords, now you have 5 seasons.
Excellent.
And this 5th season is festival.
Okay.
And because of this 5th season, you have a lot of new things in the game. Because there are new monsters which you can get, and they will defend your dungeon. There will be new party members which are trying to conquer your dungeons, and that is actually Bard. And the Bard, she will sing the songs which encourage the other heroes to make them stronger and try to conquer your dungeon a bit more.
So we don't want to see the Bard.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But she's really cute.
Okay. At least you made her cute.
Yeah. And there's also new rooms and things like that. And there are also new cards, new traps, and so basically
any new plastic bits and
no plastic bits, just cardboard and cards.
Okay, great. That sounds fun. I'm glad you're keeping that series alive too.
Yes.
Both series I think a lot of people are big fans of. And as long as you guys keep supporting it, we'll keep taking them.
Actually, we support games, and actually we publish the games which we love.
Absolutely.
And when we think that there is still a room for something, for some game, we would love to do it. Not because of the marketing point of view, but because we are gamers and we like to play them. And we like to make them also.
Okay.
It's really fun to make them, to just watch people to playing it, because we are trying to do our games in a way that they are fun just for play, just for watching the play.
It is, you're right. Especially watching something like, Galaxy Trucker. Just a blast to watch. Well, Peter, before we leave real quick, do you have any games maybe coming up in the future that you can tease us about, that you're allowed to talk about?
Not much right now.
Not much.
But definitely we are working on something.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking some time out of what I know is a busy schedule. And hopefully we'll hook up next year and find out what those secrets are.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.